Hi everyone, welcome to CyberSex with Simon. So today is going to be our day 3 video of going from zero skills to job ready in the world of IT. And we're going to take a little tiny bit of a detour just because I think it'll really help us out in our learning environment. So an issue that I'm running across is like I want to be able to teach to you guys or, freshen up my skills on different operating systems like Linux, maybe even my Mac Mini, and Windows at the same time. But a problem that I'm coming across is like I have to plug in my laptop or I have to plug in my Mac Mini, or also take in consideration that I'm doing everything on my live computer. Maybe I don't want you guys to see certain files, or maybe I don't want to be working in my machine. What if I delete something important while goofing around here? So was studying it with my college course. Like, we had a forum discussion and we kind of brought up the idea of virtualization or running a virtual machine. And I think that could be super useful for us as learners because it gets expensive when you're constantly buying new equipment, right? Like if you have a semi-decent laptop or if you have a semi-decent computer, you don't want to buy another one to practice on a different operating system. And I think it'd be useful to have a virtual machine. So breaking it down into like conceptually what a virtual machine does is it takes a little tiny bit of your CPU, it takes a little tiny bit of your RAM, it takes a little tiny bit of your hard drive, and it takes all those little tiny bits and it puts them together to make a tiny little computer. And let me turn off this notification. And it makes a tiny little computer inside of your computer that's completely isolated from your main computer. And like as far as I've come to understand, like people in cybersecurity find this useful because you can take a piece of malware and have it inside of your virtual machine, and then you can open it up and see what happens. So it's good for experimenting like that. And then in real life, virtual machines are definitely used quite a bit on like servers. If you're a company and you spent $10,000 on a server, but the application that you planned on running on it isn't going to take up all of it, or even like a large part of it, maybe you want to run different applications on there. So that's why you would create virtual machines. Maybe you'd have something for like your mail server, and then you'd have something for like your Windows server itself that controls like the accesses that each account has. So virtual machines sound interesting, and it sounds like we're going to get into a complicated topic, but NetworkChuck, he released a video on virtual machines that make it pretty easy. So we're going to kind of follow along with him and see if we can't make a virtual machine with Linux on our, on my desktop and see what happens. All right. So let's get to it today. Also, just another thing, I was thinking about doing these videos live, but at the same time, it's like, I can't really guarantee the video quality. And when you're reading small stuff on a screen, you kind of want that better quality. So I'm just going to do them as videos. And then if you guys ever want me to do a live video covering a topic so that way we can have some interaction in the comments, let me know. But I don't have enough user base to justify constantly going in there and being live. So let's get to it. Let's get over to the desktop. And like I said, I'm right in there on NetworkChuck's video on YouTube. And hopefully you guys are able to follow along. So the first step that I did is what he's doing right here. I went into my BIOS settings and I just made sure that my stuff is set up to be allowed to run a virtual machine. So let's just keep going here.
Escape, and then mosey on over to save. Do this right now. However, start downloading it right now. These file sizes can be pretty large and it might take a bit. So might as well start now. So I'm gonna go out to the interwebs, the internet, search for Kali Linux. I'm gonna go download it.
All right, let's do that first. We're gonna go to Kali Linux. And I'm not 100% sure on like the difference of Kali Linux versus anything else because all I know is like on my laptop I have Ubuntu on there. So let's see. You went in there to download. Yeah, that doesn't look like what he clicked on.
The interwebs, the internet,
We're
Search
gonna
for Kali Linux.
you're gonna see
I'm
me
gonna go
struggle
download
this.
it. And
So kali.org/downloads. Let's try that. Kali.org/downloads. And then / forbidden. Why am I not special? Let's see. Let's try get Kali. Yeah, I'm not sure which one he went into.
I'm going to download the Kali Linux 64-bit installer.
Let's try this. Go back to Google. Then Kali Linux 64-bit installer. We'll try that. Yeah, let's try this. Let's see. Okay. That sounds about right because we're going after a virtual machine, so I guess let's try that. We're going to go for VirtualBox. Right? So that's downloading. What else is downloading? Why is that installing two things? VirtualBox. Okay, well, that's working on that. Let's go back to the video.
Now notice it is 4 gigs. It includes everything.
He says his is 4 gigs. How big is mine? Yeah, 3.7. It's not super huge. All right.
All the cool applications you want to use to hack things. So it might take a bit. I'm going to go ahead and download mine now. I've got gigabit internet, so it's going to take about 3 minutes. I'm also going to go download the latest version of Ubuntu. So I'm going to search Ubuntu.
All right. We'll look up Ubuntu. Download. Sure. We'll look here. Yeah, this is me. We'll download that. Let me move this to the side and plug in my email information real quick. And then we'll download this guy. Right? I just did that. Oh. Yeah, I'm not the best at this stuff. Okay, so we got one downloading. I think we downloaded this twice on accident. But that's okay. It'll buff. And this will download. I have pretty fast internet, so it shouldn't take too long. Now let's go over here.
Click on download right here from the Google search.
Oh, before...
Yeah, you're going to track me.
Before I do anything too crazy, what I'm going to do is open up my notes here, so that way I can post this stuff in the comments. So, let's see. First, we went to the Kali Linux, and this is where we got stuff. Oh, refresh. Control C gets us to copy. Control V, paste. And then we'll add a note here. This will be our Kali Linux. And then for number 2, where'd our Ubuntu go? We went here. This is where we downloaded Ubuntu. I'll copy that. That way you guys can have access to it too. And we'll do our Ubuntu download. Perfect. And then we'll do 3. This will probably be our virtual box.
Ubuntu desktop is what I want, and click on download. Now real quick, notice the type of file I'm downloading. It's an ISO file.
Are mine ISO files? I cannot tell. Let's just take a gander here. It doesn't say ISO. See. Yeah, it doesn't say ISO. I don't know if that's going to be an issue for us or not. But we'll run with it. And we'll ask ChatGPT when we get there.
.iso. Most of the time, this is what you want to look for. It's installation media. It's how you install these operating systems. Kind of like how we used to install things via CDs, which we don't really do anymore. So it's hard to make that comparison. But while those are downloading, we're going to download our hypervisor next. I mentioned before, we're going to be using a hypervisor called VirtualBox. Made by Oracle, completely free, and I love free. So I'm going to click on Downloads here.
Okay, we'll go to VirtualBox. Let's make this nice and big so everybody can read it. Download VirtualBox. The VirtualBox extension pack is available for personal and educational use on this page under the PUEL license. The VirtualBox extension pack is also available under commercial enterprise terms. By downloading, you agree to the terms and conditions of the respective license. So we're a Windows host. Okay, that downloaded really quick.
Scroll down here, I've got a few options. Windows, OS X, which is Mac, Linux, or Solaris. Now here I'm demoing Windows. Keep in mind, it should be pretty similar across all the different OSs. So click on Windows, and it's downloading. Coffee break.
Yeah,
my VirtualBox
downloaded
download
pretty
is
quick.
ready. I'm going to click on it, and it's going to start installing. Pretty typical.
Okay, so let's go ahead and we should be ready. We'll hit yes. Let's see. Let's minimize this for now. And we'll minimize you. There you are. Oh, let's grab our link real quick before I oopsie daisies. We can get rid of that. Here we were. Grab this. And this will be our VirtualBox. Box. And I'm going to try my best to keep a detailed note here and then add that all in the comments, like I said, when I'm all finished up with this. Remember, I am not an IT expert. I'm probably going to mess this up, but that's okay. That's okay. That's what learning is for. Worst comes to absolute worst, I will just do a brand new Microsoft reinstall again. All right. You'll hit next. Yeah, sure, I'll accept the terms. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. So, click the icons in the tree below to change the way the feature will be installed. So we have the VirtualBox application, which looks like it's running at the root of itself. So it's going to install in the C root, then the program files, then Oracle, then VirtualBox directory. That sounds good to me. That sounds fine. Warning, network disconnection during the installation. Well, good thing I am not doing this live. During the installation of Oracle VirtualBox networking, your network will be disconnected. Ensure any operations requiring network connections are complete before continuing. Yeah, sure. Missing dependencies. Installing VirtualBox Python bindings requires Python core package and Windows 32 API bridging be installed. You can install and configure these later. For instruction, I don't know if I have that installed. We'll go ahead and hit yes. Sure, you know, we'll accept all that and we'll install. Let's see what happens. Okay. We're finished. Cool. All right. Please choose experience mode. Well, there's basic mode and expert mode. Okay. By default, the VirtualBox GUI is hiding some options, tools, and wizards. The basic mode is intended for those users who are not interested in advanced functionality and prefer a simpler, cleaner interface. The expert mode is intended for experienced users who wish to utilize all VirtualBox functionality. You can choose whether you are a beginner or experienced user by selecting the required options to the right. This choice can always be changed. We're going to go basic mode for now, because I don't want to go expert mode. Why not? Okay, sweet. Let's go back to the video and see what else we got.
Go installer package, just click on next. Accept everything like you believe it. Don't change a dang thing, just click on next. And yes, it's gonna do some stuff, just click on yes. And install, yes. And if you see that message that it was successful, then you're golden. Click on finish and it will launch VirtualBox for you right now. Yes, I'm so excited. Now I told you, installing a hypervisor is just like installing an application. It's running just like one. It's not too scary or intimidating. And we're almost there, so let's get this party started. Now one more thing we have to do before we create our virtual machine. VirtualBox for some reason needs an extension pack to be able to use some other features like connecting USB devices and stuff. And you might want that. So we're gonna get back to our web browser and right where we downloaded VirtualBox. If you scroll down just a bit, we'll see right here, VirtualBox extension pack.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to VirtualBox. VirtualBox 6.1 extension pack. Let's see. No. Not seeing extension pack. Oh, here it is right here. Yeah. Let's see. Well, accept and download. I'll burger you. Oh, you're done. All right, let's see what happens
For
afterwards.
platforms, go ahead and download that right now. And done. And actually just go ahead and click on that and we'll start the installation. Yep.
Yeah, let's get that installed then. So we'll click on the file and then we'll hit install. I agree. I think we're good.
Yep, let's install that sucker right now. Yeah. I agree. And boom. Now we're finally ready. From here, it says, hey, welcome. Thank you. We're gonna click on new. So click on that weird looking icon there, new. Now because I'm running a hacking OS, Kali Linux, I like to name mine Voldemort.
Okay. Here's the hard part. I really suck at naming things. So let's see. We'll go, we're just going to make it easy. Cybersec VM. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. So yeah, we can see that it's going to be under my cyber admin user account and then VirtualBox VMs. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. He who must not be named. Don't want to offend anyone. The machine folder is where your virtual machine will live. I'll leave mine as default. That's fine.
So I'm guessing since he has this icon here, he did not go and click expert mode at the beginning. So I probably have too much stuff, if you would.
Fine. Type. This will be a Linux machine. Yep.
So let's see. I don't see type. So cancel. Can I go back to not expert mode? Preferences. Let's see. You know what? We'll just run with it. We're gonna try this. Cyber sex VM. Perfect. ISO image. Okay.
You have other options like Mac OS and Microsoft.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know what the ISO image to be attached to the virtual machine and possibly used in unintended install. So we're going to do Linux. Yeah, maybe just skip that part right there, right?
Microsoft Windows. And then I'll choose my version. Now they're not going to have Kali Linux listed in here, but if I choose Ubuntu 64-bit,
yeah, we'll go Ubuntu 64-bit. I just see Ubuntu. No, we'll go with that one. Oh, there's the 64-bit.
that'll do the job. They're both based on Debian. I'll click on Next. Now here's where you get to decide how much of your
I don't get a next. I get a finish. Finish. All right. Feel like we have an issue here. How about this? Remove. Remove. And machine. Yeah. Preferences. We're going to go basic. We're going to go okay. All right. Let's try this again. Cybersecurity VM. And then we're going to go Linux. And then we'll go Ubuntu 64-bit. No ISO image is selected. The guest OS will need to be installed manually. Let's see. And if we go downloads, I think that's it. Let's give that a try. Why are you red? The ISO installs operating system. All right, sweet. Display name, descriptive name to uniquely identify the virtual machine. Yeah, that all sounds right. Cybersec admin VM. How's that sound? That makes it happy. Okay. Apparently I have to go back and delete a user account, the Cybersec VM. I wonder if that's feasible to do from here just to make it happy. So we'll go into our local disk C. Who is that? Cyber admin. And then VirtualBox VMs. Yeah, let's delete you. And then let's try this again. VM. Are you upset about that? Hey, look, that worked. Next. Let's see. Set up unattended guest OS installation.
computer's resource.
Well, I haven't gotten to a stage that he's talked about. Enter the information that will be required when the OS is installed. So, that's fine. Username. We'll change that. And then password, we're going to just do capital P @S P @SSW0 RD exclamation point. I'm not super concerned if somebody hacks this yet. Domain name, my guest, VirtualBox. Okay, how about this? How about we just do Thomas? Would that be okay with you? No, that's not okay with you. Admin, or maybe it has to be all lowercases. So cybersex. Yeah, that seems to be it. Okay. Next. There we go. That looks a little bit more like his. So this video of his was made 5 years ago. So, yeah. Let's see what he has.
Resources you're carving out to give to this new computer. First is the memory, and he's having a heart attack right now. I'm not sure you can hear this. And you want to be careful with this. If you give this computer too much memory, you're going to have a hard time. Give your guest just enough. Just give him the one room. Now, my laptop has 16 gigs of memory, so I can afford to give him a bit extra. Now, a quick way to determine how much you can give your computer is to look at Task Manager. So if I right-click my taskbar down here and click on Task Manager and click on Performance, I can see how much CPU and memory I'm using. Now you'll want to check this with all your regular apps open, so you can get a good baseline for how much you can give your virtual.
Okay, well, let's give it a look-see. Task Manager. And then we're going to go to Performance. Nope. There we go. Performance. And Memory. So let's see. In use currently is 10. Available is 21. So what? What should we give it?
Machine here. So I'm pretty good. I'm going to give mine a healthy 2 gigs of RAM. That'll be 2048 megabytes. And I'll click on Next. Here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take his preference on there. Well, that's 2048. Let's give ours just a little bit more, I guess. Just a tiny bit more. Why not?
We're creating the hard drive for our new computer, which is kind of crazy and cool. We have a few options, but if this is your first time ever doing this, the one default is fine. Create a virtual hard disk now. By default, it's going to be 10 gigs in size, so make sure you have some space available on your hard drive. We'll click on Create. And then we have different types you can choose from. Again, going with default is probably the best option for you right now if you're just starting out. A VDI is specific to VirtualBox. If you're going to use other hypervisors like VMware's Workstation, using another file type will allow interoperability, but VDI is fine if you're just going to be testing this out with VirtualBox, which again is more than enough. So we'll click on Next. Now this is pretty freaking cool right here. So for your hard disk size, we are going to say to the operating system.
Okay, let's scoot forward a little bit. Like I think we'll do that. We'll do four cores. I think that should be okay. We'll see. And we'll go next. And there's our summary. And I guess let's hit finish. See what happens. Okay. I don't know what this is. Oh. Okay. Try or install Ubuntu. Ooh. I'll make you a little bit bigger. Doing a bunch of downloady stuff. It's the Matrix. So I think this is just a matter of it downloading Ubuntu to make sure that it works. I don't see where we got to apply Kali Linux at all. That download. So I guess we'll wait just a little bit longer and see what happens. Not quite sure. Bio. Mouse integration. You need to capture the mouse by clicking over the VM display or presenting the host key in order to use mouse. Auto capture keyboard. Okay. As soon as I go into the VM, it disappears. Okay, machine. Can we... I'm not going to reset yet. We'll let it think a little bit longer. You know, one thing we could do is we could also just reference ChatGPT with this. I think that'd be pretty good. Just, it's not a matter of like NetworkChuck's video is bad at all. Like, I really think his videos are super awesome and at least give us an idea. But considering that this video is 5 years old, there's probably been tons of updates with Oracle and things of that nature. So we can just go ahead and ask ChatGPT real quick. Let's see. Hey there. I want to install a Linux distribution. Of course, I can't spell today. Using virtual box on my Windows PC. Can you guide me through the process? I don't know why that came up. Go away. I have VirtualBox downloaded, but I seem to have hit a snag with getting the Linux distro working. And then we'll just go ahead and snag a screenshot here. Okay, I don't know why that's not doing anything. Nope. We'll just grab from here to here. I don't want to record. I want to snip. Snip. Copy. Do. Normally after this messages, we should get a login. Power off the VM. Don't save state. In the virtual box, select the VM. Click settings, display. Alright. Let's try. Let's give that a try. So we'll go machine. And then we'll go shutdown. Okay. Maybe there's still part of the install going. I don't know. So we're at 40 seconds out of 1 minute and 40 seconds. I don't know what's going on with that. Let's see. It wants to know what Ubuntu we did. We'll just go ahead and capture that. Copy. Oh, there we go. This is where I got Use display. I don't think I gave it that much memory. Maybe that's the issue. Please remove the installation media and press enter. I don't have any installation media plugged in, so I don't know what's going on with that. All right. So let's just also grab this and give this a chat GPT set, see if it has anything to say. Here is what we have for the VM right now. Only has 16 megabit. Yeah. So let's go file. Where is settings? There we go. Settings. Display. Video memory. We'll move it to 128. 8. Enable 3D acceleration. Scale factor. I don't see 3D acceleration, so keep it at that. So let's try OK. And then let's see. Machine. Let's see. Increase the RAM from. It really wants me to give it that much RAM? Okay. Settings. System. It wants me to give it 8,192. 8192. Pointing device. USB tablet. No. I'm going to ask about that. I don't want my pointing device to be my tablet. It says the pointing device is my tablet. Question mark. Oh, okay. Cool. Let's hit OK. Graphical controller. So settings, display. I don't know what more it wants out of that. Graphical controller. Scale factors, all monitors. Also check storage. Storage is SATA. Controller DEI. It says empty. Yeah, we'll just snag a screenshot of this. This is a lot of how I do troubleshooting right now. It's just going back and forth to ChatGPT, kind of looking for an explanation of things. It says empty to me right now. When Ubuntu finishes installing, the VirtualBox should eject the installation ISO. Okay. After that, the optical drive being empty is actually the normal state. All right, neat. So this means your virtual machine is now trying to boot from the virtual hard drive, which is what we want. I didn't see anything like that. So I never reached the point of seeing where I can choose language or other things. I just had the long window of code. And then it wants to go to display. Settings display, scroll to the top so I can see. Well, homie, you're not getting what you want out of there. Remote display, recording. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see graphical controller. I'll give it this just to make it happy. We'll see if that works. Copy. Paste. I also don't see graphics controller. But I also have not tried to start the VM back up since we made those modifications. Now, before I start goofing around a whole lot, like, we have the settings. Let's just hit OK. Let's see. How do we launch it? I want to see if I can't launching it. Yeah, powering it up. Let's give it a try. Yeah, I don't have a DVD. Mounting an operating system install DVD might solve the problem. Selecting the ISO file will attempt to run the mount. Other. That. Well, we don't have an ISO file. Cancel. Cancel. Power off machine. Okay. The file I have for Ubuntu does not have ISO at the end. Let's make sure I'm not lying. Downloads. Yeah. We'll grab this. Copy. Storage. Empty underneath it. So you need to click it, then choose disk file, browse the downloads. Okay. Settings. Storage. Click that. I don't know what that is. There should be a little... Yeah, I'm not seeing exactly what it wants. click the little blue icon. What this? Oh. Disk file. No. In the upper right corner next to optical drive, there's a blue CD icon. Click that. Choose disk file. Perfect. We click that. And then open. Alright, it wants another screenshot. I'm okay with giving it all the screenshots at once. It wants 50 gigs. Okay. Let's see. Where can I give you more space? Base memory. So 50 gigs. I'll just bump you up here. And just ask real quick. How many megabyte are in 50 gigabyte? And 51,200. So 51,200. That doesn't work. Oh, wait. I don't think I want to adjust that too much. Virtual memory. Yeah, we'll keep this around what it was, which was... Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. And then I think it's storage. Storage, yeah. Where can I adjust rebase storage at? Getting a new VM recommended. Okay, so it wants us to try to just create a new one. You can't simply just give it more after you've done this. Okay, so let's go ahead and discard changes, and then we'll go and we'll remove this. We'll remove it. I'm going to go back in here. We'll get rid of this, and we'll start fresh. Okay, so now we have a better idea of it. We're going to do Cybersecurity VM. Perfect. ISO image. We'll do other. We'll do you. We'll hit open. Then we got Linux, Ubuntu. Let's see. What do you have a problem with? Cancel. New. Cybersecurity VM. Click. Linux. And Ubuntu. And we'll go other. Click on you, open. Why don't I get... So we'll go cybersex. We'll do our... Get that set up. Specify virtual hardware. So base memory, it wants 51,200. 51200. Oh, I can't do that much. You know, we'll go with, we're just going to go with 25.6. So 25.6. That seems like too much. I like round numbers. Let's go with 21,000. Number of CPUs, we're going to give it 4. So disk size, yeah, that's fine. I think that's it. I think we did good, right? So that was just us starting all the way from the beginning. We had the ISO that we did. Let's see if this works. Virtual memory, 16 megabit. I don't think that was enough, right? I'm going to read through this while that's doing the install stuff. I don't think 16 megabits was enough. Yeah, we needed 128 megabit. File settings. So display was, we bumped it up. Now we'll have to wait for this to, oh, hey. Look at that. I think we did it. I think we did it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have a Linux virtual machine in my Windows machine. I don't want Spotify. This is kind of exciting. Let's see. Let's make this full screen. Right? Go full screen mode. Virtual machine. Host plus home. What's host? Virtual machine window will now be switched to full screen mode. You can go back to the windowed mode at any time by pressing host plus F. Note the host key is currently defined as right control. So right control and F. We're going to write that down. Right. Control plus F to get back to windowed mode. Okay. Switch. That's not really as full screen as I'd like. That did nothing. So let's see here. Maybe it's because these are on here. I don't know. I don't know. Let's F, Control F. Okay, that works. Can I zoom? No, I can't zoom. Oh well, we can just we can keep this here for now. So it looks like right now I'm downloading a bunch of updates and stuff for Ubuntu. So this might take a second. Can I get rid of these? Yes. Yeah, I don't know how long this is going to take, so I'll probably just skip forward in the video. Oh, we just had a change in the screen. I don't know what happened here. So I guess we'll see. I'm thinking maybe I didn't give it enough display. I don't know. Well, we can always do some troubleshooting. Grab a screenshot. And we're back off. All right, what happened? All right. Hey. Can I log in? Awesome. So look at that, everybody. No, I don't want that. Nope, I don't want to share. We'll go dark. Yes, that looks nice. We'll go orange. And we'll finish there. Look at that. We finally did it. We have a virtual machine. So I'm just kind of curious if we can do a Control-Alt-T. That should give us that. And then LS. Nice. So we have a virtual machine that worked. I think I do want to give it like a little bit more stuff, but I'm also kind of curious since I'm running this. If we open up our task manager to see how badly I'm destroying my computer. Ooh, memory looking a bit thick. Yeah. Yeah, the memory is definitely upped quite a bit, considering that I'm recording and doing everything all at once. But that should be okay. That should be okay. We're doing fine. Computer CPU isn't working too hard. Doesn't look like. Just memory kind of full. Let's ask ChatGPT. Actually, we'll get a bigger screenshot of like my entire screen. Hopefully, you want to? Yeah, we'll go full screen. Copy, and then we'll ask ChatGPT. It seems we have everything up and running. The only thing is my memory is pretty well used. Is that okay? Whoa. What? See, processes tab. Where'd you go, task manager? Task manager. Processes. Chrome. Yeah, virtual boxes. Definitely thick boy status there. So yeah, we'll grab a snip of that, copy that, paste that in here. I think we assigned it way more than 8. Go to machine, session information. I don't see session information here. So I think one of the issues is we just gave it way too much RAM. So system, yeah, this is where it's at. This is the RAM. That's not the allocation for just the hard drive. Let's see, where's storage? No. All right, go to machine, tools, details. Just get rid of you. Try this again. Machine, tools, details. Why do we have 2 instances of this up? Okay, try that again. Tools, details. Okay. Maybe this is the page. Copy. Shut down. So you want us to go to the VM. Power off. Power off. Okay. So settings, system, and then we need to bring that down. So let's do 8192. 8192. Okay. Or don't type 88192. Let's do okay. And then start. Start that up and see if it destroys my machine some more. I mean, that was my mistake. I thought I was allocating like hard disk space. But I was mistaken. We'll get out of there. So let's do. Okay, looks like everything's working there. I'll get rid of that. And there we go. Like we do genuinely have a virtual machine running inside of our machine. Like this is a Linux computer running inside my Windows computer. And let's go close out some of this, close that. Let's check this out. Performance. Memory's looking a lot better. That's looking way better. Sweet. And we have everything working here. Does my internet work? Internet works. Cool. And then we can do Control-Alt-T. And then we can do ls / that'll give us like our basic directories. We can do like make directory and then like my new folder. I don't know where that's going to go. Actually, yeah, why not? Make directory. We'll do my new folder. Or mkdir. Yeah, that's right, Linux. My new folder. And then ls. Don't show up there. Where you at? Oh, there's my folder. And delete. Nice. So let's do change directory, home. And then we can do mkdir, new folder. We mean permission denied. That's not nice. Folder. And I don't know why it's doing that. Anyways, at the end of the day, we finally got a virtual machine up and running, and it's not destroying my computer anymore, so that's kind of nice. And then if we power off, I wonder what happens to all of my resources. Because that's the thing, right? We don't want our resources allocated all the time, because I might want to go in game. So let's see what happens when we power off. Do we get that back? Looks like we do. Nice. All right, cool. Well, everybody, I think that's where I'm going to call it for the video. We struggle bus there quite a bit, but I think overall we got it. Maybe in my next video, since now I have a better idea of how to do it, we can try to make a virtual machine without all the mistakes. Yeah. So, yeah, this is just me chronicling my struggles and trying to get better at like IT related things. Because ultimately, the end goal is to get a job someday, and I want to show that it's possible. Somebody who has zero knowledge and zero skills can absolutely make it happen if you at least try. Just keep trying. You should really have a drive to want to learn and keep learning. And I think this is a lot of fun, like getting into this. We installed a hypervisor, VirtualBox, and then we installed a Linux distribution, Ubuntu, and we eventually got it spun up and working. And, you know, big thank you to NetworkChuck for having videos like that out there. And yeah, thank you so much. I hope you all have a great rest of your day today. Bye now.